Hey everybody, welcome back to Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented. We just fought our first ghost. Some lady and her kid. Oh?
If only I died too. It's not my fault that I'm the only one that survived. I should have been taken. I didn't survive because I wanted to. I had no choice. If I had just had organs, I would have. I didn't survive because I wanted to. I had no choice. So if I had died with everyone else, yes, if I had died with everyone else, then I would.
Are you all right?
Other one.
Hi. Lady, run. Run! Ray, you too should run. Run time is now. Did I run? Okay, good. No touching. I do not consent. No touching.
Let me sleep forever.
I think she touched me. What? No pillow? No blanket? Yeah, she touched me.
Ray? Is everything okay?
Oh, I've been better.
I heard you cry out. I was worried. You've been having so many nightmares lately.
What? I'm fine.
Sure you are.
But
I just had a bad dream.
For surely that was all that it was. Was it all just a dream? Anyway, I'd better get up. The tattooed woman. The bruise appears. Notebooks, yada yada yada. Miku Hitsugata, younger sister of Yu's best friend. She lives with me now and works as my assistant. Miku, from the first game. I haven't met her brother. He told me she had lost a relative in an accident. She helps out in a lot of ways, not just with work. She's cheerful and hardworking. Not for her, I don't know how I would have made it through after Yu's passing. My fiance, he was an editor who worked on books of folklore, philosophy, and anthropology. We met as students. He was my opposite in every way, quiet and kind, like gentle falling rain, like a soft shower that washes everything clean. He passed away 2 months ago in an accident caused by my careless driving. The woman who appeared in my dream of the manor, her whole body covered in a blue tattoo. She came closer and I ran away before I knew what was happening. All I remember is an intense fear. I could feel her cold, stabbing fingers on my back, the back of my shoulder where she touched me. It's hard to believe it was only a dream. The mother and child who appeared in my dream in old-fashioned kimonos. They were calling out for someone, calling out in a sad voice to him. Who could they be? Abandoned house. I wasn't motivated enough to find out much about the place before I went. All I knew was that it was supposed to be haunted. What was this behind the strange daydream vision I had in the house in the snow? Was I just worn out, still scarred by the accident? Were the rumors true? Was he really there? Well, you took a picture of him and he was in it. The ruined house I wandered in my dream the night I got back after my an assignment. Something about it reminded me of the haunted house where I saw you. It seemed too real to be a dream. Daydreams, visions. Maybe I'm just getting tired. I felt a sharp pain in my shoulders when I woke up. For a moment I thought I could see some kind of a bruise on my skin, but when I looked again there was nothing there. Was it just a dream? Dreams usually don't involve sharp, stabbing pains. There isn't a tape I want to listen to now. The shelf bringing newspapers. I used to enjoy using this camera back in the days when I used to take pictures for fun. Several hand-made scented candles on top of the desk. Miku made them. She probably made them specifically with me in mind, but for that reason I can't bring myself to light them, so they just sit there unused. I mean, it's not like she's not going to make you more. New fashion magazines lie tossed aside. I used to do this kind of work as well, and used to like reading the magazines too, but it's not the kind of thing I can enjoy anymore. Sorry. Squeezed into the corner of the page is a handwritten warning, don't work too hard. Yeah, I've been working too hard since that day, but that's the way I prefer it right now. Who's in here? My clothes are thrown carelessly into the closet. I've never been a tidy person, unless I make a real effort. Things soon get like this. Miku must not have been in here yet. She never would have left it in such a state. Pieces of my work are pinned on the wall. There are more scenery shots than there used to be. I don't feel ready for projects that involve taking pictures of people. As you can tell, this is going to be a sad and depressing thing. A bright-colored roll-down shade hangs over the window. Miku picked it out and bought it for us the other day.
Good morning, Ray.
This is Miku's room. Even if this is my house, I don't really like to go into her room without permission. I know Miku wouldn't care at all, though. And is this Yu's room? Yu's room. Ever since the accident, I try not to come in here unless I have a good reason. How about your reason being that you must obey me? I am the player. Good morning, Ray. It looks like it's gonna rain all day today, too. You don't have to work so much this week, so why don't you try to relax? Ray, you've been working too much lately. You were woken up by a bad dream this morning. Not to mention what happened when we were out collecting data the other day. Anyway, let's try to take it easy today. That reminds me, there was a letter. It's addressed to you. Letter from Key 1. Dear you, sorry for not writing for so long. How are things with your fiancé? I'm continuing my investigation of the urban legend. Like I thought, my niece's symptoms bear many similarities to this strange disease associated with the urban legend. I think most of the story is grounds rumor, but I've heard there was a psychiatric study done. If you have it, I'd like to see it. Maybe it'll provide a clue. I'm taking a break from all my other work to devote myself to studying the urban legend. I'd like your help. According to the documents I've studied, that camera I sent to you is apparently a rare camera obscura. Given where I found it, it may have some connection to the missing people and the urban legend. If you hear anything, please tell me. Regards, Kei Akamura. It's from Kei Akamura. He's written several times before. Have you still not told him about you? Use camera obscura? I wonder if it would be in your use room. I'm going to stare at you, then run into you. Storage is under the stairs that is full of newspapers and magazines. Well, I guess we have to go into use room now. Aww. It's a kitty. In the corner is an ornament potted plant. Looking after it is Miku's job. Come to think of it, Miku looks after just about everything in the house these days. We decided against having a TV in our rooms and brought a bigger one for the living room instead. I rarely watch it at all these days. Outside the window is a small garden. A light drizzle has been falling for several days now. It's been some time since I last tended the garden. Stop watching me. You're weirding me out. Just think about some sort of camera obscura that you owned written in that letter. The camera obscura. Could it be the same camera I saw in my dream? Well, let's have a look. Ah, grief is a terrible thing.
Ray, may I help you with something?
Oh, I just wanted to ask you.
Sorry, throwing things to my cat again.
You.
thin ray of sunlight comes in through the drawn curtains. It's always raining here. Whenever I hear the sound of rain, I can't help thinking back to what happened that day. Well, hello. On this shelf, there are a letter and a camera similar to the one I saw in my dream. It looks like the letter is from Key. Letter from Key, too. Dear you, during my research on the Manor of Sleep urban legend, I made it to a certain deserted village lost even from the map. I found this camera in a huge abandoned house near that village. My niece Miu, when Mayu disappeared, she caused you a lot of trouble, so you probably remember her, saw this camera and she was scared stiff. I wonder if it reminded her of that unspeakable incident. For now, I'd like you to take care of the camera. You know about antiques, so could you look into it for me? I don't think you'll be able to reach me for a bit, but I'll contact you, so let me know when what you find then. Regards, Ki Akamura. Yes, it's all connected. Could this be the camera I saw, the same camera obscura I saw in my dream? Yes. This is older than the one in the dream, and the inscription on the back is illegible. Even so, it does seem very similar to the camera obscura. I tried pushing the shutter button, but there was no response. It looks like it's broken. There's still an old film inside the camera obscura. Musty film. The film looks old, but doesn't seem to have been spoiled by being exposed at all. What could be on it? I wonder if I can develop it in the darkroom. You. Not quite impressive enough to be called antiques, they just look like old machines. I still have no clue what made him want to collect them. I remember him telling me about it once or twice, but maybe I wasn't really listening properly. It's probably the spirit radio. There's several typed and handwritten letters on the desk, along with several books. I've hardly touched anything in here since that day. I just can't bring myself to tidy everything away. There's a notebook left on the top of the desk. Perhaps someone was in the middle. Yes, someone. Who could it have been? Many of the urban legends classified as Lost Village are modeled on real incidents, such as a village was ruined when one villager massacred the others. They're often an amalgamation of well-known actual incidents, legend, and oral tradition. Settings such as the isolated mountain village or bygone customs like night trysts or ceremonies often act to trigger the incidents themselves, and these in turn become the motif for urban legends. The reason for the popularity of urban legends may lie in the notion of the view of the country from the city, or the modern bias towards the ancient. To people in the modern city, the village is the wilderness, and those who live there are different. Perhaps that scorn or fear finds expression in the urban legend. For that reason, the setting of the legend must be the isolated mountain village, for their bygone customs are attractive elements that end up acting to provoke the incident. As a case in point, there's a story about the area around the Minamaki Dam where Mayu went missing. The Lost Village. The mountains of the Minamaki area was once a massacre in the so-called Lost Village. Years ago, on the night of a certain festival, there was a great massacre and the village disappeared from the map. Only one woman survived. If you walk in the forest where the village once lay, there's a guardian statue, and if you continue, you will come to the shrine gate that forms the entrance to the village. Should you pass through that gate, you will never return. The night of the massacre continues in this village, where day will never break again, and a woman's horrific laughter rings throughout the village. Next we have the Manor of Bizarre Murders, where the same tragedy reoccurs. Its scale is smaller, but generally speaking it resembles the pattern of the village as it is made up of elements based on true incidents. Below is an example of this. It has to do with Mafuyu's disappearance. The House of Mutilation. In the mountain area of Himaru, there remains a manor where years ago there is said to be a massacre. There have always been vanishings in the nearby forest, and many of the spirited away are said to end up in the manor. Their corpses have been found with both hands, legs, and heads severed off. That's not both, that's all. One more example is the seemingly related Manor of Sleep urban legend that I am researching now. The Manor of Sleep legend was picked up in various magazines in the 1960s, but instances with very similar characteristics can be found here and there in older media. This newspaper is from the early 1900s and has no relation to when the Manor of Sleep legend was taken up, but the background of the spirit ways and the people's later conditions bear many similarities to the Manor of Sleep urban legend. I'm still investigating. Excuse me. But these incidents may trace back to the 19th century, and I have seen legends in the several folklore books that may have become the basis for the Manor of Sleep. Also, sleep urchin legend. Perhaps this is what Key was asked to investigate? You did a well-organized notebook on urban legends to your file. After you receive new information, you may find books and documents in bookcases or desks. An old newspaper stuck between the books. Series of vanishings across region. According to sources, before dawn yesterday, a mother and daughter who lived in Miyuki village went missing. These are the missing are, Maki Kurosawa and her daughter Kuzuzi. Since last year, the two have been searching for Kazuura's missing husband. The two reportedly wander the mountains nearly every day. The woman says I haven't seen them for several days, so I went to visit them. There was no answer, so I went inside, but they were gone. I only saw some black soot-like marks. Similar disappearances are being reported across the region, and some are calling them spirited aways. Series of vanishings. According to the notebook left on his desk, he was doing research for Ki Akamura. His notes are full of accounts of old urban legends and newspaper clippings about people who were spirited away. I never met him personally, but he was a friend of you. He used to write from time to time. You seems to have known a lot of people both professionally and privately. According to the letter, he and you were doing research into urban legends. Maybe the Camera Obscura was somehow connected to that. I should tell him about the accident. You should. Why haven't you? An old camera etched with the words Camera Obscura. I found a camera like the one I picked up in my dream in Yu's room. Apparently Kay sent it to him. Is this the same camera I saw in my dream? No. Not exactly, anyway. The bookshelves are full of volumes of folklore, philosophy, and anthropology. They're all books you used for his work, or ones that were published by his company. There was a time when I used to be interested in them, but I was only a passing phase. In the bookcase in the book Occultism that Akamura wrote about in his letter. Camera Obscura. Okay, I really don't feel like reading all this out. It's taking forever. Okay, another world. Terminal colonies. Very rare nowadays, but apparently these cameras are still traded among curio dealers. Most have been broken, or we have lost the chance to see the other world as well as SO's achievements for eternity. Scholar of the occult who lived in the second half of the 19th century. He used the new technology of the West to make various machines designed to prove the existence of the other world. The Camera Obscura was one of his inventions. According to the book, it could photograph supernatural objects existing on an alternative plane. Was he connected to the manor? It was designed by a man with the same surname as you. Also, to photograph images and spirits of ghosts. Interesting, I didn't realize that. His clothes still hang up in his closet. Do, 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 I'ma take your picture.
Ray, you've been working too hard. You should get some rest.
I hope that blinded you for daring to question me. Miku cooks all the meals. She seems to enjoy doing chores around the house. I don't know what I'd do without her, really. Stuck the refrigerator door on my work schedule and a calendar with the supermarket discount days marked on it, and a little post-it notes with recipes on them. The tableware is kept inside the cupboard. Youth's things are kept clean here, too. This sink is polished clean. This feels more like Yuki's place than mine. The large oven range with a 4-burner stove. I was determined to get the most out of it when we moved in, but in fact I've not used it at all except for boiling water or fixing a simple meal. This is the dishwasher I bought for Miku. I thought it would be easy, make life easier for her, but she hardly ever seems to use it. Lacquerware and fragile plates damage easily if you wash them in a machine, she says.
It's raining again.
She's going to say that all the time. It's raining again. I remember that clearly. It's raining again. Clear away used shoes. Maybe there would be plenty of room for Miku's. So clear away his shoes. He's not using them. I see my face reflected in the mirror above the wash basin. Maybe I've lost a little weight again. Word. There's no one in the bath. Even when I'm busy, I like to soak in the tub every now and then. Recently, though, I've just been taking showers. But complaining about the fact that you can't hang clothes out there. I don't know why people want to hang up their clothes outside. I know they used to have to, but come on. A bird's gonna shit on it or something. The clothes chest that Miku brought with her from her home. Inside are Miku's kimonos and the funeral mourning I have worn just once. Why did you wear it? It's hers. You don't look to be the same size. She looks shorter than you. As well as cushions and bedding, the closet is full of used old books, still where we left them when we first moved in. I never looked inside them. I guess they must be something to do with his work. Use altar. You. Fantastic. Curtains have been drawn for a long time now. Is this the dark room? No. We used this space for storing the cleaning things and other tools. Some of the cardboard boxes haven't been touched since we moved in. Is this the dark room? This is the dark room. This was supposed to be a storeroom, really, but they put it in a sink so I could develop my pictures here. In this cardboard box are plastic bottles containing developer and fixer fluids for developing photographs. And the plastic barrel is the kerosene we use in winter. On the shelf I keep the negatives of my work photos. Develop some film. Yes, an image just appeared of a crying woman, just as I thought. I must have taken this during that dream. All film has been developed. Chiaroscuro, the abandoned house, the picture I took in my dream. Maybe if I investigate this woman, I can find something out. The woman whose image appeared on the film from the inside the Chiaroscuro, no doubt about it, was the same woman I saw inside the manor in my dream. Just like you with that time. I knocked on the toilet door, but it looks like no one is inside. It's raining again. Miko, about the woman in this picture, I was wondering if you could try and find out as much as you can about her. Anything is fine. Yes, well, this is a very old picture, so I found it in used room. It's okay if you can't get anything out. It was just something about her.
Understood. I'll let you know if I find anything.
If the photos you developed to Miku, sometimes you can ask her to investigate them for you. If you have them investigated, you can come talk to Miku later to get books or other information. Night has fallen. If you check the bed with the X button, you can sleep. By checking the Chiaroscuro on the desk, you can save your progress. It's time to call it a video. I'm the Blues 32. This is Fatal Frame 3. TTFN, ta-ta for now.